A boy in my son's class shattered a bottle and drove it toward his face. He was aiming for his eyes. My son Theo is the gentlest kid alive. He shares his snacks, cries at sad movies, and once cried harder than the kid who actually got hurt. Since the year started, there's been a new student, Damon, who has been a walking crisis. The district knows. He was supposed to have a one-on-one aide, but they eliminated the position. Budget, they said. So Damon roams free. He's injured 5 kids already this year. Slammed one boy's fingers in a door, hurled a stapler at a girl's head. The teacher always says her hands are tied, that she can't lay a finger on a student. The principal preaches compassion and understanding. I've been understanding. But Theo started waking up nauseous on school mornings. He used to sprint to the bus. Damon fixates on him precisely because Theo won't fight back. The week fell apart fast. Monday, Theo came home crushed because Damon had stomped his art project flat. A diorama he'd worked on for 2 weeks. The aide on duty said she couldn't be sure it was on purpose. I bit my tongue and helped Theo rebuild it Monday night. Tuesday was worse. I got a call at work. Damon had grabbed a compass, the sharp metal kind for drawing circles, and dragged it down Theo's forearm, leaving 3 long scratches. The teacher said it happened too fast. I left work, drove over furious, and demanded a meeting. The principal was unavailable. The vice principal let me vent for 20 minutes, then said their hands were tied. They couldn't remove a student unless someone was in immediate danger. A bleeding arm apparently didn't count. I asked what would. She had no answer. That night, Theo begged to stay home, shaking. My 8-year-old trembling about going to 3rd grade. I held him and promised I'd fix it. One more day, buddy. Wednesday, he couldn't eat. I walked him in myself and made eye contact with Damon, trying to look intimidating. A grown adult trying to scare a child because no one else would protect mine. At 11:40, my phone rang. You need to come now. There's been an incident. I've never driven like that. I ran in and the front office just pointed down the hall. I found Theo in the nurse's room, blood down his cheek and collar. The nurse pressing gauze just below his eye. My son was gray, sobbing. During snack time, Damon had smashed a glass juice bottle against the table edge and swung the jagged end at Theo's face. It caught him high on the cheekbone, a half-inch under his eye. The teacher said it happened so fast, always too fast. The ER doctor's words still ring in my head. A little higher and this is his eye. He's very lucky. Lucky. My son needed 6 stitches under his eye, a tetanus shot and antibiotics. He could have been blinded, half an inch from losing an eye on the classroom floor, and they called us lucky. We got home at 4, Theo bandaged and hollow-eyed. I opened my laptop to write the school and found an email already waiting from the principal. Damon would receive a 2-day suspension. 2 days for putting broken glass in my son's face. The email went on. When Theo returned, we'd need to discuss ways to help him avoid triggering these reactions. My son needed to learn to avoid being maimed. I was done. I replied that Theo would not set foot in that building until Damon was permanently out of his class, and that if it were up to me, he'd be out of the school. The principal wrote back in 10 minutes, saying removal would be disruptive to Damon's education. I forwarded the entire thread, plus the ER photos, to the superintendent and every school board member. Then I drove to the police station and filed a report. Yes, over an 8-year-old. Damon's parents showed up at my door that night screaming that I was destroying their son's future over an accident. I shut the door in their faces. I called the district's legal office about the unsafe environment. A parent advocate told me we had real grounds. Thursday morning, the superintendent called me personally, shaken. She'd seen the photos of Theo's face. Damon was being transferred to a specialized behavioral program with the support he actually needed, which is what should have happened in September, before he ran out of budget and started running out of kids to hurt. Finally, someone acted, but it took my son almost losing an eye to make it happen. Theo's stitches came out last week. The scar under his eye is small and will fade. What won't fade as fast is the flinch he does now when someone moves too quickly near his face. We're working on it with a counselor, one gentle day at a time. I keep thinking about how many warnings there were. 5 kids before mine. A door, a stapler, a compass. Every single time, an adult said their hands were tied, right up until the moment a child was bleeding, and suddenly everyone could move very fast indeed.